fucking like was just like, yeah, this is a thing I'm gonna do, and it was like it wasn't written in the script. He didn't. No one like the writer was not like I want this man to fuck this grave. No, it just fucking happened. And you know what? Like I just think that is like stupid. Okay, it's like and it's on a close set. Don't sometimes some look. I'm an actor. Sometimes you shouldn't let actors do what they feel like they want to do. Okay.
No, that's
I
correct.
go to a school where they like we're like, hey, follow your instincts. Okay, follow your fucking instincts. Don't follow. Sometimes you shouldn't follow your fucking instincts if you're a sick fucking freak, and that's coming from me.
But also right, that means that like someone shot it. Someone in charge of the production decided, yeah, we should keep that. That's the take. Let's make sure we put that in the movie. Or like that in the thing, right? Like
right.
It's
Hi everyone, welcome to go ahead. You can finish your thought. I'm sorry, I don't
No, go ahead. You can do your intro to the
I was
show.
just gonna say welcome everyone. We are, of course, Dan is sharing his thoughts on the latest Pixar film.
Yeah.
He's just got some questions about
called Up My Ass.
What's funny about that is the degree to is how far removed from I that's funny. It's funny, Dan. It's a funny joke you made. Hi everyone, my name's Philip, I'm the publisher, and over me are two wonderful players for the evening. Now, I make a big deal about how I put women above me on the other game, but in this I'm just putting people above me, because I don't actually see gender. Anyway, thanks for joining me, players. Why don't you say happy affiliate anniversary, players.
Happy
affiliate anniversary, players.
There we go. Sophia wants to know why I said what I said.
Why what?
I think probably the comment about women and people over me. Currently I am burning I'm currently burning the Prince of Death, which is a very nice scent.
Yeah, I really love all of the patrons.
The patrons are
the deities.
The deities, rather, yes. The patrons are also nice. I think my favorite of the scents, I do like Javid, who is one of the deities, who I think is the one. I believe that's the one you have said is akin to a
Honduran rice. Yeah, Honduran rice pudding.
Or Honduran rice pudding. But I think my favorite may be Dajjal, Lord of Bargains, which is extremely. No, it doesn't smell like death. It smells like violet, saffron, and cardamom.
Yeah, there's also, not only did they they very much made the deities in white, the patrons in black, as in like divine and more like bargaining powers, but also I think they kind of fit tonally with the sense, right? Like the deities tend to be lighter, more like
floral,
more floral or more like inviting scents, and then the patrons tend to be like heavier scents, like leather, burning, they tend to be on that side.
Suede, I think, is one of the ones.
Charred suede.
So they're very nice from Old Cantor Candles. Some delightful scents there. Well, welcome everyone. So this is our affiliate anniversary, or they call it. Is that what it's saying in the thing, or is it saying affiliate
versary?
Some weird.
Yeah, affiliate anniversary.
Affiliate anniversary.
No portmanteau here.
Portmanteau, totally.
All a Philipversary. A Philipversary? Yeah.
Into the Philip verse.
That's something that I wrote on AO3, and probably you shouldn't read it.
Understood. An archive of our own. That's AH3.
What does AO3 stand for?
I wouldn't be it would be. It's an. Well, so AO3, AOC? No, that's something else. AO3, but the first A shouldn't be there. Or it should be A203. Because the O3 is of our own, right?
Yes.
So if it's an archive of is it not an archive? Am I applying an indefinite article that should not be there?
That is correct.
It's just archive of our own.
Yeah.
Because if it's an archive of our own, it should be A203.
What if it's anarchy of our own?
Anarchy of our own.
Yeah.
No an. Well, I don't like that. Archive of our own. So AO3. AOC. AO Scott? AO
A.O. Scott, an A.O. Scott joke in 2024.
I did it. No one thought I could, but I did it. Oh, hey, oh, there we go. As you can see, we don't have our full party tonight, but that is okay. And in light of this, based on the deep enjoyment the two gentlemen above me had for the characters they created in this instance, we are jumping into some Fireflight.
That's fucking right.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a good time.
So, though we're ending on a sort of, we had a very big session last week in which Meridian.
It's some big sessions before the past.
Meridian went. I also appreciated KJ's confusion about the idea that Meridian has like a power burst after having already had a power surge. Like, why is that a thing? But it's just mechanically, Meridian has to expend power and roll high in order to kind of like overclock her powers, which she did by having the Fiat agents grab her cape. She flew around a spaceship into the thing.
Just a question,
please.
Because Meridian, not to like, because Meridian is our Superman-like character, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Is her, and she, when she power surged, she like became a sun. Is her power similarly like tied to the sun?
Her power is, yes, it is. Her power is, it is of the high noon sun.
So
that's why her weakness is when it's midnight. How does she have powers in space? It's a great question.
Or how is she going to function on the astral plane?
That is a much better question. Will she even have superpowers there?
Yeah.
I mean, will she still be herself there?
She'll be herself, so she will have her will there.
Okay.
But will she have that? Now, there's also, Meridian has something that the other members of Topflight don't have, but we'll be getting to that later. And the fact that while you're in that bathysphere, you actually will not be like losing your memories and creating a thing.
I know it's a real thing, but every time you say bathysphere, all I think about is Roy Batty.
I wonder if I'm pronouncing it wrong.
You probably are. I just think of every time you say it, I think of Rutger Hauer standing in the rain.
The viewers at home are going to hear what the Google pronunciation tells me.
Bathysphere.
Oh, it's not bathysphere, it's bathysphere.
Bathysphere. Yeah,
it's a Y, so I was saying bath. It literally is bathysphere. That's like that's how you write the word.
But you just sort of swallow the.
But you kind of, it's a schwa.
Yeah.
Bathysphere.
Bathysphere. All right.
The number of schwas I've given people, that's the noise they make when they die.
Schwa is the sound they make when they die?
No, the sound a schwa makes.
What sounds does a schwa make, man?
You like to know.
That sounds like I don't.
Charles Schwab, everyone's favorite investing firm. Trust Charles Schwab.
I've invested in Minbird before.
So Meridian got away from Topflight West and Shinobi Red with the help of the kind of just vaguely obnoxious. I didn't fully know the vibe of Team Tomorrow, but I like them a lot more now after that. There was a lot more.
Oh, sure.
Kind of the past times we've seen it where they're killing Nebula bats and just kind of being like, I don't know where she is, sorry. Oh, I'll take you home. We got.
Yeah. You know what the hottest thing is? It's
go ahead now if I tell
get
us.
shit done.
Well,
I enjoy their lackadaisical nature.
Well, I think it's because it's just like, oh, you just want to go to somewhere? Okay, no problem. We're not closing a black hole right now. Okay, cool. Yeah, this is chill.
We got a bat infestation. That's a bigger problem than this.
Bat infestation is frustrating. Those nebula bats, as they use the power galactic to shoot them.
It's so unreal. It's so unreal to me that that's what's happening. Fucking thing that
bat.
Oh my god.
I think it's just because they're all at the end of their rope. But that's not who we're focused on tonight. We are actually going back, though we're probably going back a full month, if not more. We're only going back 2 chapters to follow up for tonight's game, which means, and yes, I know, we have a huge cliffhanger in Neon Flight, and we still have Murder Babes kind of pending. That'll be fine. But we are going back to Fireflight because let's hear it for the boys. These two.
Yeah.
All right.
So, in our Fireflight Part 1, we witnessed Bloodstar returning to Fireflight HQ to sort of he's been running Soldiers of Fire for a while, but now they're back to being Fireflight. He, pulled the cover off the old meeting table. A few old comrades in arms, native, specifically Nullify and Drum Major. Dan, what is Nullify's name? Everybody else has a name.
Wouldn't you fucking like to know?
Fair enough. Nullify's name is redacted, no problem. Drum Major, also known as Michael Mars, he's a military operative. He can create percussive blasts. We're all very happy with the name Drum Major. We also have Atmospheria, that is the sort of weather controlling magic user who can make microclimates. Haley Bloom is her name. That's who Sierra was playing. We have Doomclaw. I guess that is actually just Doomclaw's real name. So.
Yeah, sure.
Cool. So we have Doomclaw. He's a fair bear from the Fair Forest. Has that weird iridescent oil-like substance, much like Doomjaw. We also have Headquake. She used to be on the Hollywood Knights, and she can create confounding. Leanna Wells is her name. She can make these confounding illusory forms that can cause vertigo in her enemies. We also have Smolder Baby, Sadie Quick, a virtuoso hand-to-hand combatant who also has telekinetic abilities. Who is, and I want to be very clear about Smolder Baby. We've been clear about this at other things, but Smolder Baby is more in the kind of like sexy pinup vibe, and she is not a creepy baby doll.
See, I know why you have to make that clarification, but I don't know why you have to make that clarification. I don't know why you would ever assume the latter over the former.
I didn't.
I know.
Please stop attacking our loyal viewers.
I will not.
Okay. In any case, so Smolder Baby, sorry, says Sophia. So basically, with Director Gallows reveals that Smolder Baby is in charge, and at this point, everyone starts fighting. Except for Atmospheria, who just makes a maelstrom around herself to protect her from any sort of stray bullets. But Nullify and Doomclaw fight one another, and Nullify has this kinetic energy. He basically is able to, anything that comes at him, he can attempt to shunt the kinetic energy to somewhere.
Gone. That energy is fucking gone.
We don't know where it goes. And Doomclaw is kind of Doomclaw can't even pick him up. Now, obviously, this was just a one-off thing. Also, I allowed you guys to spend momentum against each other, which is a thing you actually won't be able to do. You're not supposed to be able to do that, so apologies.
Yeah.
But it's fine. Smolder Baby took down Bloodstar. She said it's time to get to work. So we're going to be starting with... also Nullify did say, I'll give you some credit, Dan, for your hilarious joke. One bear was too strong, one bear was too weak. This bear was just right. Just right was styled in all caps. That's what you said. I'm going to say that is what I call an RDJ, because like a Robert Downey Jr. line, it sounds like it's funny, but it doesn't quite make sense.
Yeah,
that's really good. All of his ad-libs in his Marvel movies or other stuff, they have the cadence of something that means something, and if you really think about it, you're like, what does that mean? I don't know. I call those RDJs. A couple of my friends and I do that. That is, I don't just do that by myself to the TV. I say other things about other things to the TV. Ooh, oh, that smells so good. If you notice that Florence, they are carrying the moon is like a little.
Oh, nice.
It's a little thing.
Talk about a real nightingale.
Hey now. So my friends, with this in mind, I'm going to do something a little different for tonight's game because it is the two of you and I understand some of the types of things you guys like. So, as a quick reminder, oh no, where the hell did it go? Okay.
I'm going to die tonight?
Yes. So Pierce, your death. Pierce, you have a 0% chance of surviving tonight's game. So, for this game tonight, we're going to be doing a thing a little bit different because I think you guys more so than other people maybe appreciate some kind of off the cuff spreadsheetery.
Oh, sure.
So, in order for us to do our opening prologue, I actually need you both to roll a D100.
Ooh, hell
Okay.
yeah. You were speaking my language.
Oh no.
1.
1.
Wow.
Wow.
0, 0, 1.
Wow. Okay.
Not nearly as
Make them like they used to, huh?
What do you got, Pierce?
76.
Hey! Spirit of 76.
76 trombones at the big parade. 110 cornets right behind.
Alrighty. Okay. Oh, okay. That's pretty fun, actually. I think we can work for both of those. Okay. So 76 would be on this table. Pierce, if you would, actually, would both of you roll a d20?
19.
19, great.
Looking for the D20 that matches the there we go. The D100 is rolled. 15.
15. Okay, very good. Dan,
Yes.
do you have an off-the-cuff idea for a, like, an idea for, like, a name of a sort of, like, a super villain who uses the power of density control, like manipulating the density of things around them? That's kind of his vibe. That's the powers you've rolled for him. Do you have like a fun, like, density pun name for this person?
Motherload.
Ooh.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Motherload. Interestingly, do you know the phrase is actually, I'm now checking to see if either one's been used in Marvel TC stuff, and I don't think so.
Seems impossible.
It's LODE, not LOAD.
LOD. But LOAD. I like that too.
A mother's load.
This is not Saltburn.
Okay. So we'll say Motherload. So he's a guy, but his name is Motherload. I'm into it.
Oh yeah.
Motherload. I think Motherload. Density control. I feel like Motherload, the thing that's springing to my mind with Motherload is if he is sort of a, like, he's probably a character who was, like, around in the 60s and 70s in the comics doing stuff, and he was like, it was like the mother in question was Mother Russia.
Oh.
I see Motherload as a kind of, like, Soviet type character who now is, of course, they just use as kind of whatever. So I don't know, how does that sound? Motherload? He's a Rusky kind of vibe. Okay, cool. Pierce.
Oh, speaking of which, happy International Workers' Day, comrades. Yes?
We don't know. Today is affiliate anniversary for this channel and nothing else. May Day shall henceforth be known as subs of the world don't unite. You're subs. You're not supposed to organize. You guys get that? Did you get it?
Well,
Sub meant a different thing there than
Yeah.
we'll fucking unite those subs.
Pierce.
Yeah.
Do you have a pun idea for sorry, you said 76? I just saw what it is and now I have to yes, haha, cool. A name for a lake. That's kind of close to something else. Actually, can you re-roll again for me? Roll a D100 again. Sorry.
D100, sure. 67. It
Wow,
just inverted it.
You really did just invert it. That's fine. Oh, that's pretty fun though. Okay, yeah, we can do that. this will be a robotic character. Kind of like robot consciousness, whether it's AI or whatever. Their power though is kind of a sort of bullseye, Hawkeye aim, sort of like aim, targeting aim.
Sure.
Sort of thing. If you have a thing, otherwise we can come up with something for this individual.
See, the first thing that came to mind when you said robot was Chrome Dome. It doesn't really fit with the bullseye nature of it.
Right.
But
What about
no way,
no, that's kind of weird. I was gonna say Chrome Scope.
Chrome Scope? What about just Scope?
Scope? Oh, that's gotta be Marvel.
That sounds more like a hero though than a.
Nah, there's a guy. There's a. Oh, he's only appeared once in Marvel. Okay, we can do that then. Hold on. Scope DC. Let's try Scope. Yeah, there's a Scope. It was a villain in a Marvel comic once in the 70s. But I think we could do Scope. Are you cool with Scope?
Yeah.
All right. Scope, robotic sniper. I don't know. We sort of had one little extra thing for old Mother.
Oh, but no. To modernize it, you could spell it without the O. So it's just like SCPE, Scope.
SCPE.
In a real tech bro kind of. No, you don't have to. You don't have to. Just...
I'm trying to think. But then would the E still be on there? Would just be SCP, but that's a thing.
You can't do SCP. That's a whole thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Never mind. Keep it as is. Use the real word. Continue on.
Overload and Scope, robotic sniper. Give me a personality idea, give me like a click of an angle for Scope. Is Scope like an IG-88 kind of like, just like nothing but the mission, or is Scope does Scope who created Scope? What was Scope's original creation? Is Scope an AI come to life in a perfect thing? Was Scope
I think Scope has made an AI come to life because I think Scope is maybe sort of grappling with existence and trying to decide if they are alive or not.
Understood.
And they are killing to understand life.
Understood. That's fun. Okay. So, congratulations. You have done good work for this, which is you have both created two. I don't know that either Scope or Motherlode is like an A-list enemy of this team, but we now have two rogues in the gallery of Fireflight.
Excellent. That's fun.
Which means for our prologue,
the gallery before, if you know what I mean.
and I also and I actually, interestingly, you guys don't have to vote for your own stuff, but for your prologue, option 1, do we check in on Motherlode? Option 2, do we check in on Scope? Bear in mind. No, I'm actually gonna be on. Okay. Do we check in on Motherlode or do we check in on Scope? 1 is Motherlode, 2 is Scope. You guys should definitely vote for your own things, and then it'll come down to chat.
Yeah, let's just let chat decide.
Okay, so chat, you have 1 minute from now. 1-2, chat is already split. I love it. Chat, I'm in 1 minute from right now. I'm gonna call it out. And
2?
We got 2 for that. All right. It's probably gonna be Scope. But don't worry, Motherlode will appear soon in this comic. Don't you worry.
All right.
And I don't need to give a full minute probably, but I just do anyway. It's okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
The world will keep spinning me things.
Although I did see an example. Sophie made a suggestion to use a 0 instead of an O in Scope, and that feels like a very 90s thing to do.
Because Motherlode probably predated this team. Oh, actually, and how about the 3 is the E is a how about it's 5C0P3?
Sure.
There we go.
Sure.
That won't be irritating to type at all. No, not at all. It won't be.
You could leave the 5 up. I think the 0 and the 3 probably will be less irritating than the 5. 0. Whatever.
I don't know.
But
Fives,
you're the one who has to write the
S's.
recaps. So you do what you want to do.
You're saying just that?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I think.
All right, cool. Then I actually know I will go with a thing that I actually had come up with for a different thing. Oh, that's very fun. Pierce, roll me a D8 if you have one handy.
Yep. 3.
3. Awesome. Okay, great. Yeah. Okay, cool. So, in our prologue, we're in a glamorous European capital. We'll say Rome. What the hell?
Molto bene.
Bene Gesserit.
Say, we'll say that at the St. Regis Hotel in Rome, several SUVs all pull up, full of security. There's a very important business man gets out of his car and is sort of whisked inside of the hotel. Many security agents are sort of on surrounding buildings, keeping a lookout. This is a man with wealth that means he has so much protection at all times, so much concern for those who might want to take him out. But unfortunately, all the money in the world can't buy you safety. Not a scope has you in his sights. Two security guys patrol on a rooftop, walking right past some kind of like a what looks like a bank of old-fashioned, antenna. Like broadcast terrestrial antenna. They keep an eye open and look. Neither noticed the sort of steel cylindrical form that moves out behind, inclining a sort of rather blank face with this kind of like. I think we already had a thing that has only one eye. So we'll say that Scope doesn't have a thing. Scope does have kind of a more like flat thing. But like Scope kind of watches them go, and sort of makes his way to the edge of the roof. Looking down at the hotel, Scope switches to some kind of insane spectrographic readout of the place, seeing, floors and floors of bodies and such things. Scope then pulls a massive rifle off of his shoulder and raises it, taking aim at the biosignature that he has been tasked with destroying. Scope wonders for a moment. Where did this mission come from? Is this one I chose? Is this one I'm doing for money? Has someone reprogrammed me and suggested that I kill this man for a good reason or a bad one? Will this sow chaos? Will this sow justice? Do I even care? The trigger is pulled. A bullet rips through. A hyper sort of technified bullet rips through multiple floors and stories, catching the guy as he goes up an interior walkway. It is so difficult for them to even figure out where the bullet has come from. By the time those security guards move back around the side of the building, they see nothing. Scope has once again fulfilled a contract. But why? And for whom? At Fireflight HQ. The team is adjusting to the new situation. We will say that Atmospheria, Headquake, Drum Major, they are sort of working on they're working on a couple of like new training things. Smolder Baby, however, is talking to Nullify and Doomclaw, while Bloodstar stands off to the side, just kind of scowling under his mask. Body language very frustrated. I'm not at all playing the right music for this. Hold on. There we go. So Smolder Baby kind of comes over and says, "So, let me get this straight again. You're like a bear from like the fairylands?"
Yeah, the Fair Force.
Okay, and so I didn't. I'm not saying I'm not happy to have you on the team, Doomclaw. Just you're the only person I don't really know anything about, or the only. Do you mind being called a person? Should I call you a bear instead?
You can call me whatever you like. I mean, person seems to cover everything, but I am a bear.
Okay.
But...
So Doomclaw, we're sort of like a heavy offense team. We sort of, we hit hard, we take missions. She just kind of gestures at you and says, "I think I understand what your attributes are, but is there anything you think you bring to the team beyond claws and jaws and 1,000 pounds of pure muscle and kind of a slick form that I assume is really hard to grab hold of?"
Well, yeah, from a tactical standpoint, I'm fairly good at camouflaging and tracking. So if we're ever trying to find someone, I'm probably surprisingly good at sneaking up on them. I also think I probably, within this group, bring a little bit more of a level head than some of the others, which might bring its own benefit.
Maybe not. In the background, you hear Drum Major screaming, "I'll kill you!" And there's a massive kind of like percussive burst as Headquake's running past carrying a sandwich going, "You'll have to catch me first, loser!"
Forgot about Headquake. That's good.
She's doing whatever stuff. And Drum Major's like now like there's like a door slamming and you hear Drum Major going, "If you make me my nose bleed one more time, I'm playing here." Yeah, anyway, and she kind of, Smolder Baby goes, "Uh-huh." And
I'm not here to sort of enforce any rules or anything, but it's always helpful to have, people tell me I'm a calming force.
She kind of looks at this terrifying bear and goes, "Yeah, okay." Bloodstar says, "Huh. Well, I'm sure you'll know exactly what to do with someone like that, Sadie."
Oh, you asked me last time, Bloodstar, I don't like to put value on myself like this, but you asked me about sort of war and conflict, and you seem to sort of not like me here because I'm not a veteran like everyone else. But there were wars in the Fair Forest. There was a sort of at least decades-long war between the bears and the werewolves. So I did have to do a fair bit of fighting in that before I came here, and but so I've seen conflict. Granted, that conflict is pretty still hand to hand. There isn't a lot of like technological warfare happening there because we're so innately powerful.
Yeah, I'm not here to. I don't disrespect hand to hand, and quite frankly, why didn't you just say that in the first place?
No, you seem to have a lot going on. Yeah. I don't like to let it define me. I don't like to be defined by the war.
What a nice, cozy privilege you have, not being defined by the battles. Nullify gets it. You understand, don't you?
Life is a fucking war.
Yeah!
Only if you fight.
Fight or you die.
If you don't fight, you die. That's basically what he said. Sorry. Sorry, Nullify. I don't hear so good, so I kind of talked before I fully heard what you said. Why don't I hear good? Oh yeah, that's right. War injury.
What did you say?
Ah, this guy gets it. Smolder Baby is just like, this is preposterous.
So, and you're in charge, right, Smolder Baby?
Yeah.
So why? Did you want to be in charge of this group?
She kind of like gives Bloodstar and Nullify a look and says, it's not so much that I want to, but I was asked to. I have a duty to. I also have been involved in the war we have here for a long time, so yeah,
I see. Well, honor and duty are very important things, both in and out of war.
Yeah, well, hopefully we don't have anything too crazy going on. I feel like this team is not quite ready for beep 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 beep. And Bloodstar goes, you just had to run your pretty mouth. She kind of gives him a glare and goes over to the thing and says, all right, team, look alive. And she, hits an alert, and actually Headquake and Atmospheria and the others kind of run in. And she goes, all right, let's see what the situation here is. Uh-oh. I don't like the sound of uh-oh. Say the word and I'll take over. And she goes, shut up. All right. Well, no, this is one that is officially our business. Unfortunately, well, Doomclaw, I don't know if this is something you're going to be good at tracking, but
Well, I can give it a try.
You're probably going to need to. Team, those of you who've been with us before are familiar with one of our old friends, a robot named Scope.
Yeah.
Scope just took out a rather important figure in some circles. Not exactly someone we like, but he did murder the man despite a massive amount of security around him. He's a billionaire sort of venture capitalist named
Elon Musk.
named Abraham Crystal.
Was the world better or worse now?
Hey, the answer to that's not always crystal clear in a situation like this.
Okay. I was just trying to grasp why someone would want to kill him then.
In this case, the why matters less than the who. Scope is a dangerous AI, murderous AI, and for this robot to take out such a high-level target means Scope is active. Scope typically doesn't just kill once and disappear back into it. Scope, if Scope gets into a subroutine thinking that this is going on, or if Scope has been hired, this is probably the beginning of this, which means we're going to need to find Scope and neutralize this robot finally, once and for all. At least in this case, there.
You know anything about circuitry?
Who are you
Sounds
asking?
like robots need a little reprogramming.
That's the idea, or decommissioning.
Yeah.
Okay. Where are we headed to then, though?
Well, if you tell me, Mr. Tracker, target was taken out in Rome. If you think you can go there and catch a scent or something, we can try. Otherwise, we can wait and see where it strikes next. Try to move quicker.
Does he often kill targets on other sides of the globe? Because it seems like it might be worthwhile for us to go to Rome.
The problem
is,
is, he can move pretty quick. However, she will begin to tell you about this person, and I would like for you to make a roll about your. I'm not going to let you do tracking at this point. This is more sort of overall. But I'm going to let you use your reason and your analysis.
Reason and analysis.
So you're going to roll 2 d20s, and you're trying to roll 11s or lower.
I rolled a 13 and an 11.
And an 11. You have one success. I will say that you do suspect that with no other leads that they can give you. Actually, though, you know what? Nullify. I will let you make a similar thing. Although I'll say in your case it will be. It's not going to be much better, but I'll let you do. I'll let you do reason and tactics. So it's a 10.
It's a 14 and a 19.
14.
I have.
Nullify is not helpful on this. And I was even going to give you, I actually was realizing I was going to give you villainous SOP, but but you didn't roll under your thing, so irrelevant. And she'll say, fair enough. All right, team. I guess that means we're going to go to Italia.
We have like a team vehicle?
Off a smirk. Oh, there's like a panel where it's like Nullify and Smolder Baby and like a Drum Major and like even like Bloodstar that you can't see his face, but the three of them give a smirk like, do we have a vehicle? Cut to the members of Fireflight boarding a commercial flight. No, just kidding. Yeah.
They've just chartered one of the, like those.
Yeah.
Like this is one of those share riding private jets. They're just other people that have also paid to be on the private jet sitting there with the bear.
I don't know what name their thing should have. What's a cool name? What would Fireflight's like?
It's a jet.
Jet be? What would their like team be? What's
Silver Bullet?
Silver, sure, the Silver Bullet. Aboard the Silver Bullet. Okay, cool. So basically, you guys are in the Silver Bullet. Basically because she doesn't want to have a big fight about it, and because the leader doesn't have to do this. Bloodstar is at the controls. Smolder Baby's meanwhile kind of talking to the rest of the team.
I so want him to be like trained Sadie Tell, where he's an adequate pilot, but not the best pilot on the team, but it's his ship, so he won't let
I
anyone.
run the Silver Bullet. Yeah.
Brandon was a great pilot. I don't know what you mean.
Ooh, Dan, roll a d6.
3.
This is the Silver Bullet 3 that you guys are on, so it's the third iteration of the ship. It's like the Mark 3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
it's the third it's the Mark III, not that they've blown up 2 of them so far.
Oh, they've blown up. Like they've blown up.
It's definitely blown up.
Blown up many versions of the Model 1. It's not the Mark 3, it's like the Model 3, you know.
Got it.
They've blown up plenty of those, but you're in a Model 3. So basically, as they're sort of going, and as this is rocky, you know, Bloodstar's at the controls. You know what? I just rolled a 4 and a 2, so however good a pilot he is, he's doing great. But he'll say, entering Italian airspace in 2 minutes. And Smolder goes, Roger, thanks. All right, so team, Bloodstar's going to bring the Silver Bullet to the sort of to the place that local law enforcement have determined Scope took his shot from. For what we see, and she starts like, you know, showing you guys like photos, like it was, as one would predict with Scope, an impossible shot.
The only kind he takes.
Basically. So, Doomclaw, once we're up there, any insights you can have of where he went from there? We are about we're gonna be about 8 hours behind his trail. This plane is pretty fast, so you know.
Sure. Yeah, I'll do my best. And with the remaining like few minutes before we land, Doomclaw will just sort of like sit down to do a quick meditation.
Oh, okay. Tell you what, Doomclaw. Well, this is a lot slightly more meditative music. Go ahead and oh shoot, I've never done this for you guys. Hold on. I'm just gonna do that for you. And then, oh wait, that's totally the opposite of how to do that. Doomclaw, I want you to make a meditation roll, and why don't you pitch what you think you'd use for your meditation as you kind of try to just get yourself into the right headspace here.
Sorry, you mean like in my action, or like what attributes?
Sorry, yes, your attribute and discipline. Which ones you think you would utilize for a meditation as you focus yourself before a sort of.
I think for this one, it would be insight and tactics. Is what I'm sort of focusing on, trying to kind of prepare my mind to.
Sounds good. So make the roll. If you roll a 2 or a 1, it'll count as 2 successes. Otherwise, just 1.
Okay. So a 1 success. It's a 4.
A 4. Okay. 1 success. So I will say that Doomclaw, you managed to kind of, despite the weirdness of the surroundings and them using words, you're like, what? This place is weird. You are ultimately in an okay headspace, and you sort of feel a degree of this. So I am going to put 1 into your guys. What the hell is it called? Momentum.
All
You
right.
have 1 in momentum. Very good. The silver bullet flies over the eternal city, coming to a stop at the appropriate rooftop. Bloodstar puts it into hover mode and lowers a ramp, and you guys kind of walk down. There's a couple of Roman police officers, but upon seeing this, they kind of back off, and one who sort of speaks English, she'll sort of come over and she'll say, "Hello, you are a Fireflight, is this correct?"
Yeah, that's us.
Welcome to Roma. My name is Vittoria,
Thank you.
and I was the lead investigator, but it seems like this is sort of above our pay grade. If you see here, and she'll kind of lead you over to sort of the point, and say, "We believe this is where the robot took the shot." And
Oh,
yeah.
does seem far.
Well, it's not only far. He hit a guy who was deep inside of the building, and if you guys actually make a pitch me things to sort of do some kind of analysis or investigation of the area. I would say you could use insight or presence. Insight is more kind of feeling it out. Reason is using math and such. Presence is I would say probably just literally your eyes and such. And then I think probably analysis or tactics are what you'd use actually, or firearms, because it is gun based.
I mean, I'd like to look around and figure out, based on the situation, that security, how I may have gotten in and how I may have gotten out.
Sounds good. Okay, so you're not focusing on the shot itself. You're focusing on the area.
Yeah, there's no point in looking at the shot. The shot was already taken.
Understood. Then yeah, why don't you use I think that would be, I guess, presence and tactics, and you can use your villainous SOP.
Great. That's a 3 and a 13, so that's a double on the 3.
A double on the 3, so that is 3 total. All right, so nullify. You can bank 2 momentum from that, or you can bank 1 momentum and spend 1 momentum to get additional information from your success.
Bank 1.
Bank 1.
It's important to know as much as we can.
Okay, so nullify. You will basically have a very clear insight that as you sort of start just looking around, you see those banks of antenna, those old-fashioned radial antenna, and you're like he could have been anywhere. This was he was hiding here. They didn't notice him the whole time. This is definitely how he, perhaps he could have hung around for a long time. Or maybe he got out, but he got out through these kind of antenna where he was just blending in with the sort of,
Maybe he's even still here, and I punch one of the antenna.
Okay. I'm gonna get to that in a second. Doomclaw, what did you roll?
I think I'm going to continue off of what I was meditating, and I'm going to try to put myself in the position of if I were trying to which is maybe a little foreign to Doomclaw since I don't know that much about guns, but I know about hunting.
Okay.
So perhaps insight and analysis for that, or maybe it's still tactics.
I think
Because that's what I was sort of meditating on.
analysis makes sense. Sure, go for it.
I kind of want to do a Will Graham and a Hannibal moment here.
And if you are, and this is tracking, so yeah, so a 3 or lower will be double success.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
0 successes. I rolled a natural 20 and a 15.
You rolled a natural 20.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah. Do I fall off the building?
you don't fall off the building, but that's a complication for that's great. So actually, I'm supposed to add one to my little pool as well.
Any system. You give me a system where 20s are good, Philip. Watch me roll all 5 20s tonight.
All right. He hid amongst antenna, may still be here. Doomclaw, I'm so sorry. I just did the math. So what was the exact action you were taking while doing it? It was just looking, or was it were you sniffing? What were you sort of doing?
Yeah, I was sniffing, kind of walking to the edge to kind of take a look at it. And I was just sort of trying to kind of survey the area and put myself in his shoes.
Perfect. So thanks to that 20 you did. So glad I said to Dan, hold on that. Because I had a little idea I was going to do, but it's a different idea now. Dan, you punch one of those antennae. Okay. And in doing so, you do... I'll tell you what. Because of your situational awareness focus, I want you to do... This is not going to be this isn't your best thing, but give me an insight tactics, but a 3 or lower is a double. So you got 10. And there are two dice.
14 and 13.
Great. So basically nullifies he could be here now for all we know. Nullify punches one of these antenna, and in doing so hits one of these sort of bomb booby traps that Scope left behind. So nullify. An explosion goes off at where you are on the roof. Now nullify, your whole thing is shunting kinetic energy elsewhere.
Yeah.
So the good news is you might be able to be okay. Doomclaw, the force of this will you are at the edge and you have rolled a 20. So I am gonna need you to give me this is actually not terrible for you. I want you to do an agility and a tactics to stay on the roof.
Okay.
You're trying to roll under 12.
Can I make some kind of roll that like a situational awareness reaction roll to kind of get my arms out and to absorb more of, trying to absorb more of it?
Absolutely. You can do an energy absorb, but you're just gonna do your energy absorption, so you use your melee. I think, however, in this case, it'll be agility because you're trying to do it fast. So,
okay.
So 14.
I'll spend a momentum.
You'll spend one of the momentum. Okay. So you got 3 dice on this. Doomclaw, how did you do?
1 success.
One
Roll
success. Okay. Based on how he does, we'll see if 1 success was enough.
So I rolled a 4, 5, and a 13, so that's 2 doubles because I have energy absorption.
4, 5, and 13. Okay, so that is 2 doubles.
So 5 successes total.
5 successes total. The more if
I want to use them all.
You want to just use all of those successes to absorb and shunt it all away.
Yeah.
Okay.
1, because it's fucking cool, and 2, because I want to put as much fucking energy in wherever this energy goes as possible, because at some point that's gonna come back around.
So basically, you guys all hear a weird sound, and you can tell that the entire blast area is sort of affected by what's going on. There's a certain degree of concussive kinetic. You can imagine that you feel it, Doomclaw. There's almost a little air, but it's as if everything in that thing just got a little on it, just dust kind of rises from stuff, but it doesn't explode. And you don't hear an explosion. Instead of nullify, you just see the crackling energy as kind of in the span of a nanosecond, something that would have taken out about a 60-foot radius and sent stuff in a huge thing, just all kind of goes away. And Bloodstar kind of pulls out a gun and backpack things are going, and he goes, "What was that, nullify? Is he still here?"
No, just something he left behind. A little present he left for us.
Oh,
Another thing I
well,
can't.
thanks for handling that.
Sort of Smolder Baby says, yes, thank you, Nullify. Maybe next time try to find it without triggering it so we can, investigate it a little bit.
Hey, Smolder baby, you hurt?
No.
Exactly.
Right, but Nullify. She kind of like, but Nullify. So what's our next move?
We find him.
Oh God. And Bloodstar's like, enjoy the captain's seat, sweetheart.
Um, so I'm not sure that there's anything here to sort of that will. I can try to pick up this trail, but I'm not sure that there's anything here. Although, why was this man here? Why was he visiting Rome?
She'll kind of Vittoria, if you sort of, she'll kind of, she's looking at the team, but she keeps like looking at this bear who almost fell off a roof, and she's like, but she says, you're asking about Mr. Crystal.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Abraham Crystal, his handlers have been very, they're not telling us a lot about what he was doing here, but it seems like it was a meeting of some kind that was a little, meant to be, shall we say, very secretive. I don't know if it was, I don't know if this is because it was simply a lot of money or if it was in some way illicit, but it was it was a bit of a,
Well, I'm glad he didn't make himself conspicuous by hiring an entire private army to protect him.
Well, I mean, as you can see, he both was right to be worried, but his army did not help him.
What does he do?
He's a rich man. Do they not have rich bears?
Not really, no, but also, I just mean, like, what did he do to become rich?
I mean...
Like, I'm just trying to figure out who would want to if he had any enemies or anything
Usually
like
they trample over people's welfare and have little regard for the lives of others.
This is. I'm surprised to hear Americans saying this, but yes, that's the idea.
that. I mean, that sounds awful. I don't know why you would allow that.
The American way.
Trample other rights, which is both bad, but also your right to do. I'm complicated.
Oh. It feels like if there's so much out there, it feels like there'd be enough to share with everyone.
The thing is, the whoever it was he was going to be meeting, he did not meet. Though they sort of had not showed up at the hotel yet. Though we have a suspicion of we found there was another sort of motorcade of cars coming this way, and so we think that we might know who it was he was going to meet.
Who was that?
Well, it's another very rich kind of a lady.
Well.
She's a she kind of looks around like, I guess I can tell you. She's a sort of a movie star.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, have I heard of her?
Well, you probably have. Her name is.
That was to you, not to her.
She hasn't said the name of the movie star yet.
Oh, no. Sorry.
Yeah, her name is. I rolled a Q. Just Queenie?
Quinn?
Sure.
Queenie?
I'm gonna go Queenie. Oh, Queenie Quinn. Queenie Quinn. There was another sort of smaller motorcade driving here that we sort of, and that our traffic cops saw that it turned around fast. I suspect that's who he was going to meet. When I asked these people if he was meeting Queenie Quinn, she said they refused to answer. Nullify. I think. I want you to roll an insight, and I have no idea what it would be to say. I have no idea what you'd roll to see if you know a movie star.
Um, analysis.
Sure. Insight and analysis. Daring and analysis. It's a struggle for you to go to the movies. Daring and analysis.
213. So that's actually 2 successes.
Do you want to be an expert in Queenie Quinn, or you want to bank both? Bank one or bank, or use both to be to know all our movies.
Well, I mean, I'll just bank 1 and know about her.
Sounds good. Okay, so you guys have two momentum.
Also, I've rolled so many fucking 13s tonight.
I know,
so
it's really sad. And this is session 12 of this game. That's the worst part. Pierce pointed out, Monday was our 13th session of Dreamlands, Dan, and Friday is a multiple of 13 of Blood from a Stone. And if this had only been the 13th episode, this would have been the week of 13s. So sad. So Nullify. You are pretty familiar with Queenie Quinn. I would put her on the level of she's like a
Well, I keep saying it because of your name, like a Sydney Sweeney.
I was
Because you keep saying Queenie Quinn, and I
Queenie
keep
Quinn,
hearing
Sydney Sweeney.
And I keep...
I was gonna have her be older than that, but okay, sure. Yeah. She's like a very young kind of like it girl. A lot of people are like, she's like the new Marilyn Monroe sort of vibe. You've seen a few of her movies. You know she's very popular on social media. You also know that people are like very like people like write way too, people write a lot about her body and her look and all that sort of stuff, and kind of a weird thing. She's Oscar nominated. Didn't win.
She sounds very accomplished.
I mean, she's sort of not my taste, but it's fine. So yeah, Nullify. Do you want to share that with everyone, or?
Yeah, a little bit, not all of it.
Do you want to sound like a creepy old man who really knows about this 20-year-old actress?
I'm a creepy, reasonably aged man.
Understood. Bloodstar goes, haha, Nullify's a major cinephile. Emphasis on sin. God, we're all monsters. Smolder Baby goes, okay, fine. So, well, I think...
Sorry, go ahead, boss.
No. What's your thought, Doomclaw? You said you were the tracker.
Well, it stands to me that either... If they were getting here for some sort of meeting, if this wasn't just a random place to target this guy, if it's a secret meeting, either you knew about it because she hired you, or she was also a target, right? So it seems it would stand to reason in one way or another. It feels like she might be connected, but...
So you think we should go talk to her?
Yeah, it might please Nullify, at least.
No, I couldn't. It'd be weird for me as a fan. You have a more impartial view of the matter.
That's true.
All right. Meanwhile, Drum Major and Headquake and Atmospheria kind of are doing their sort of saying like, we don't think, Headquake's like, sorry, I haven't picked up any, spare washers on the ground or anything. Have you guys got a lead on this thing?
Spare what?
I don't know, like it fell off a robot. I'm making a robot joke.
Oh, I see.
Spare nuts and bolts. What do you want me to say? Sorry, Bear. Drum Major goes, I got the reference. He probably doesn't use much hardware. It's fine.
Sorry. Yeah, I think either the actress that this billionaire was going to meet might be another target, so we might talk to her, see if what they were meeting about. Maybe that leads us to who might have hired them.
All
or
right.
Maybe she hired him. I don't know if this was something more illicit.
Well, you said you're the
I
tracker.
don't know why I keep doing this, but I keep going up at the end of my sentences.
That's just how you talk. It's fine, Doomclaw. Okay, so Smolder Baby goes, fine. If that's the only lead we have, it's the only lead we have. Bloodstar, cross town, and you guys she heads back onto the plane.
Just so I can picture the plane. Is it like the Blackbird is like a Quinjet, so we can just like vertically take off and land?
You can definitely take off. I am gonna say, God, how the problem is it just makes it so fucking phallic. I I think it is though. Like it is. It's like a very like it's like a bullet. Like it really does.
I was imagining like the Queen of Naboo's chromed ship.
Yeah, I mean, I get it, but I'm thinking it's just like a bullet.
Oh sure.
Like it doesn't have wings.
Oh okay.
It just looks like a fucking vibrator.
It'd be.
flying
Oh
through the
man,
sky.
I would love if it was so dumb and it was like it had to be shot out of a gun back at her base.
But then it can go all sorts of places. It's launched out of a gun. I'm. It is definitely a sort of like hovering thing like that, but I don't know if it is. I don't know if it is literally a bullet.
I think it is. That seems fine.
It just fucking looks like a giant vibrator plane in the sky. All right, no problem. Whatever. Nullify. Yeah, cool. All right, so great.
Pretty fucking rad.
If you head to her, they'll sort of head, and I guess Smolder Baby will go, "Detective, you need a ride," and Vittoria will say, "Okay, I guess you only live once, eh? Why not?" She kind of goes aboard. So you guys shoot towards your next target. We'll sort of hand wave that, and basically, I'm gonna say Doomclaw will not be selected to go like tell her people that they're gonna talk to them. So Nullify, let's have you and Smolder Baby do that, just so there can be a player involved. So basically, but she kind of goes, "Okay, Nullify, I'm bringing you with me because you know about this person, but just be cool with us, right?"
Yeah.
I should have brought Headquake. All right. Kind of walk through, and there's like there's some guards at the doors, and she goes,
I'm cool.
"Fireflight." Huh? Okay, what about it? She's like, no. Shows credentials, gets to the door, knocks on the door. A security guy is at the door. She kind of nudges Nullify.
Hey, we need to get through.
This is
Official business, official hero business.
Oh wait, I heard of you guys.
Yeah, that you got.
You're not Topflight. You're the Hollywood Knights.
Fireflight. You'll damn well remember it. For the Hollywood Knights, you would have seen us around. We would have been in Hollywood.
Oh, fun fact: movies really aren't made in Hollywood anymore. If you were the Atlanta Knights, then we would know you.
Listen, bud, when I want to hear about the WNBA team in Atlanta, I'll let you know.
Is there a WNBA team in Atlanta?
I think there is. I don't think it's the Atlanta Knights. That was just Nullify. Big Nullify.
Fair enough. Smolder Baby's like, and says, she says, "We know about the meeting that you almost had a few hours ago. We need to talk to your client."
It's the Atlanta Dream. I'm right. God, I'm so fucking good at this. Okay.
Nullify. Give me a presence and a tactics to try to charm your way in.
Well, here's the very, very cool thing about that roll, Philip. That's 2 natural 20s.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Oh boy.
The guy sort of pauses, and he's like, this is like, he's giving you some stuff of like, this seems pretty weird. I think I understand you guys are heroes, but I might need to like call the Flight Infinity number to make sure this is legit. Just wait here, and he sort of closes the door. But after a few minutes, he will open it and say, "All right, I guess you guys are who you say you are. Yeah, you can. I'll get Queenie. You can just wait here." And he kind of it's like a suite, so there's kind of like an entry room. He's sort of like kind of the living room. He walks to some back room.
No. When he's gone, I'll look at Smolder. What a fucking prick.
Smolder Baby goes, we don't call people that in. I mean, actually, who am I kidding? He is a fucking prick. All right, come on in, and the whole team will. Actually, will the whole team come in? No, I'm gonna say that Doomclaw and Bloodstar come in. It's just Nullify, Smolder. Well, wait, is it?
So I could sit it out.
Do you want to sit it out? You can come
No.
in. You can come in. I mean, there's only 2 players tonight, so really no reason to sit. I had you sit out talking to a guy as the first thing.
No, I
Whole
think
team.
so. I think the 8 other characters that you're playing should all come in
Okay.
and all be very active in this discussion.
Yeah.
All right. Fair enough. Then they will be. All the team comes in. So basically as they walk in, atmosphere is like, oh man, the microclimate in here could use a little kind of freshening up, and she kind of has some winds kind of blowing around. Headquake is like, God, this hotel room's so nice. It's disgusting. I kind of want to give everyone in here like a really bad headache. Drum Major's like, do not give me a headache, I swear to God. And she's like, stop flirting with me. I'm not flirting with you. She's like, oh my God, Drum Major, it's ridiculous. Get over me. Guys,
Yeah, if you're a fucker, get off the pot.
She's like, Nullify, shut up. Not interested in her like that, but she keeps saying stuff like that. It's making me really mad.
Well, why is that?
What?
Yeah, why? I mean, just wanted to explore some feelings with you, but
Why is it? Because it's a lie?
or you don't like her projecting those feelings onto you?
She keeps saying I'm flirting with her, and I'm doing nothing of the sort. I'm asking very directly for her to stop antagonizing me. She's like, oh my God, antagonizing you. What a silly name. Also, Nullify, you know I was on the Hollywood Nights, by the way. So, like, I could have come up and said, I'm on the Hollywood Nights to that guy.
I never looked at your dossier.
Really? Because I've looked at yours.
I bet you have.
See? Nullify's not flirting with me, Drum Major. That's how you talk to a woman. You gotta stop, man. It's like a lot, you know? Like, you're obsessed with me. I'm not obsessed with you. So as this kind of exchange carries on, now these are my favorite 2 characters of all time.
Yeah.
As this kind of carries on, eventually though, the vibe of the room changes as a door opens on the side and Queenie Quinn enters. She walks in, it's like her skin is like, it's so glowing in the most just irritating way. Like, she just looks so good, it's very obnoxious. She's dressed down, but still looks fancy. But she kind of walks in and says, oh, wow, superheroes, I've met a few of you before. Oh, you used to be on the Hollywood Nights. I remember that. And Headquake goes, hi, yes. And Drum Major quietly says to Nullify, is she flirting with her now? What's going on?
So yeah, actually, she's bisexual, so maybe, I don't know. That's what I heard when I was reading the magazines, you know.
The world got so complicated.
I think they might just be talking.
Oh, that's
I think if 2 women talking, they could just talk.
I understand, but she said the same thing. I don't. But if she's not flirting, why does she keep saying I'm flirting? Because I'm not.
Hey,
You
one
sure?
day we're getting Slugger.
Drum Major's just like, what's happening here? In any event, so sort of Smolder Baby says, Miss Quinn, we're sorry to be really direct here, but we don't have much time. We know that you were about to have a meeting with Abram Crystal, and once reports of the attack on him were received, you turned around. We need to know everything you know about the situation, because the assassin who took him out is a very dangerous individual. I've been worried about this. I really don't. I don't have anything to do with anything. It was just about a movie. He was offering to finance a movie.
Why was it so secret then?
Oh, well, that was on his end. I doubt I was the only meeting he was taking in town. I'm just here filming we're not filming.
Oh, there's it's Venice that has which one is the golden bear? Because I feel like I would know the golden.
Venice, you definitely would. It's not this.
Look, I don't know. Maybe you had a meeting, but why'd you have to have the meeting in the Vatican of all places?
Vatican? What? I mean, we weren't meeting at the Vatican. I did a press event at the Vatican, though. I played a nun in a movie. I'm a very believable nun. But yeah, I really didn't have anything to do with this. He was just... She pauses and kind of like walks over like near like the window and kind of just like, stands very silhouetted against it.
Since she is a Oscar-nominated actress,
Yeah.
I would like to insight this.
Okay. See if you think she's lying or hiding anything. That would be an insight and an analysis.
Analysis? Okay.
Your target is 13. You do have these. You've already rolled, so never mind.
I've already rolled 9 and 11. So.
Never forget. Okay, so do
So
you?
what?
Yeah. We all have. You have one additional success. Do you want to bank it or spend it right now?
I'll bank it.
Bank it. Cool. She is an Oscar-winning actress. So I will say that you don't necessarily. You're not like she's lying, so much as you feel something about you do feel like she is performing right now.
Okay. I would like to, as non-aggressively as possible, approach her.
Okay.
and just say, I'm sort of relatively new to this plane of existence, but is it common practice that someone like you is the one taking meetings to secure financing for projects?
Well, I mean, yes, I'm trying to get into producing, making my own films.
Yeah, it's important to have a say in the creative voice.
Oh, thank you.
Makes sense.
And Drug Major will just say he'll just turn to whoever the hell's back. He'll probably turn to Atmosphere and be like, was that flirting? And she'll be like, I don't want to be a part of this. But sort of Queenie will say, I'm trying to make a film that, I could really like be my own voice and vision and I could kind of help with from the start, but to do that we need funding and but I promise I don't know. And she's kind of like tearing up, but again in a sort of performative way. Like I swear I don't know what the I wasn't like a part of I wasn't a part of some he must have been here for other reasons. I can't think that was about me.
We're just sort of... You're the only person we know of that he was meeting with, and so we were just sort of concerned that you might have also been a target. So, but if this was just about making a movie... Have you met him before? Do you know him?
Oh, I've seen him at various festivals before, but this was our first kind of like meeting. And it did all feel a little cloak and dagger, but I just assumed that's because he was, such a...
Rich guys do that.
Exactly.
Hey, listen, sweetheart, the more you help, the more you know, the more you might have an idea for your next film.
Well, I mean, I can tell you everything about the sort of, there's a few scripts that really caught my eye that I sort of wanted to sort of help shepherd, and I was going to talk to him about what those were. He did, however, tell us that we had to meet, our meeting was kind of very early in the morning, but he said he had a busy day. I don't know if that helps, that maybe he had other meetings later.
That's a good point.
Nullify some... Actually, are you guys both you guys are both sort of talking to her right now, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Vittoria will say to, sort of Smolder Baby, who's kind of further in the back just watching, you guys aren't aware of this, but we're short on PCs, so today there's going to be some NPC stuff. Vittoria will turn to Smolder Baby and say, from what we can gather, it did seem like he was rushing to a meeting when he got there. So I don't know if that makes sense, that it was not a sort of, it was just like a casual thing. This would have been his first meeting of the day, I think. And Smolder Baby goes, interesting. You guys can keep talking to Queenie here.
I, but if you're a, what is it that you make? If you're a producer, right? That's what producers make things, right?
Uh,
So,
a movie. Oh, do you not know what movies are? Also, what are you?
I'm a Doomclaw, is what my name is.
Oh,
But
Hey,
I'm
he's
a
a hero. You're an actor. He's a hero.
sure. Well, in many ways, actors are heroes, but I understand.
Hmm. Yeah, I just yeah, I'm just from the Fair Forest. There's a lot more like me there. It's a little less weird. But I understand. I'm a little shocking.
Well, it's no, it's fine. I was just so Doomclaw, and I know you're Headquake, and Headquake goes, "Yeah, I'm Headquake. This is Drum Major. He's obsessed with me." um, and Atmosphere. You know, they introduce.
Oh, and this is Nullified. He's obsessed with you.
Oh,
I'm not obsessed. I just enjoy these movies from time to time.
oh,
I think you robbed the last Oscars too.
oh. Well, thank you. That's actually very nice of you to say. Um. Even so, Doomclaw, you definitely feel like she's kind of, you know, like there's some sort of weird vibe.
Yeah.
I think that Doomclaw. Oh no, here's a mean way to do this, but it is what it would be. Doomclaw.
Yeah.
I would like for you. It's, you know what? It's just it's a shot in the dark, but go for it. A little bit of it's a little leading, but it's fine. I want you to do a reason and machinery. Not your strong suits, but give it to me.
Not at all.
Roll nonetheless.
Can I use how many do we have banked?
So the way it works is you can spend 1 to get 1 extra die, and then 3 to get 2 extra die.
I'll just spend one. I'll get
Spend
one
one to
extra.
get an extra die. Okay. So rolling 3, you're rolling 3d20. You're trying to get under the
9.
under 9. So yeah, so a 20 would be amazing right now, by the way.
No 20s. 1 9.
1
I don't know if it meets it, succeeds or not, but that's the lowest.
It does succeed, but I'm gonna say, since it's just to the number and you only have 1 in the thing of this, I'm gonna give you just some intel, and I'm gonna say that Doomclaw though Doomclaw understands, he might not have like the full context of what is normal, what is not. So it's a thing. But Doomclaw, you do notice as she's talking, you know, she has this, like, she's dressed down. She's kind of just in like a sweater and has her hair kind of in like a very styled but messy kind of thing. She's got some rings on. Maybe you're like, is it a kind of jewelry? But it does seem that in one of her ears, you're not sure, it might just be like an earring, but it does seem there's like a thing in one of her ears, like a Sometimes, you know, people have them in to hear stuff.
Sure. I will not fully knowing what's going on here, I'll just sort of sort of, I don't know how I can subtly gesture to it as a goddamn bear.
Yeah.
But to nullify, I'll just sort of like, I'll kind of do one of these. I'll be like, I'll just look at nullify and be like,
That would be a presence and a tactics. Oh no, presence and espionage.
Presence and espionage,
Yeah.
sure.
Do you want to spend anything on this?
No. I'll do it. That is an 11 and a 1.
A 1 counts as 2. So
that's 3 successes.
3 successes. Do you want to? You can bank 2, spend 1, bank 1, or bank.
Let's bank both. We'll bank
Bank
2.
them
We'll bank 2.
Yeah, 4. All right. So nullify. Doomclaw. It takes you a couple of tries, and Doomclaw's doing a good job of, like, when Queenie's not there, Doomclaw's just going, kind of like
Just trying to look like I'm scratching my ear a little
up
bit.
to his ear, but like it's like definitely to you, and like snaps the hand back down. But nullify, I will say that with 1 success, it takes a couple of seconds, but you eventually get that he is making an ear gesture, like he wants you to notice something.
You got an itch there, big guy?
Just for the truth. But yeah, you should just check out the ears, in the room.
Oh,
Do you
trust
say
me,
that aloud, Doomclaw? Or are you
No,
saying that kind of quietly?
Quietly, by the way.
Okay, sure.
Oh yeah, trust me. I've seen her in the movie before. She got some good lobes on her. I'll look around though.
Okay. So are you going to try to look at her ears, Nullify?
Yeah.
All right, Nullify. In your case, I mean, it would probably be just the same thing unless you want to argue using something else.
Um, I mean, I could argue for daring because I'm trying to be.
If you try to like get close to her and look at that, sure, I'll let you do daring and machinery.
Yeah.
Okay. But you're gonna have to like make an excuse of why you're getting really close to the lady.
I'm saying, hey, listen, I just wanted to say I rolled a 3 and a 14 for the record, so that's 2 successes.
Great.
Hey, I
Do
just
you
want
want
to
to
say,
bank or use?
I'll use them both. Listen, I really meant it when I said I thought you were robbed at the Oscars. I mean, really, I can't believe that other bitch won. Like, her performance wasn't nearly as inspiring as yours. And, it just, how it's just a publicity thing. And they must have really astroturfed that campaign around LA and sent everyone out those screeners. And I don't know what was in those goodie bags they sent, but let me tell you, the Academy doesn't recognize young talent when they see it. And
Thank you. That's so kind. Nullify. You know she definitely has an earpiece in right now. Mm-hmm. You definitely know she has an earpiece in. And I'm gonna ask you to make another roll here. No, you know what? Because you used you did the 2 successes. I'm gonna say that based on what she's doing, you think occasionally she is like saying back what she's hearing. You think on some occasions she's like repeating stuff. Otherwise, she's just kind of doing stuff.
Okay.
So you think somebody's in her ear right now for sure. She is listening to someone and whatever, and she's definitely acting. This is like the performance of a lifetime.
Okay. Who on the team is like our tech person?
Bloodstar and Smolder are good at that, and probably not Drum Major. Yeah, but either of them probably.
Okay. In that case, I'm gonna go. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get up close to your space. Mind if I? Where's the head of this place?
Oh, it's just right that way. She sort of gestures to the bathroom.
Mind?
You what?
Do you mind?
No, go ahead.
Then I'm gonna go to the bathroom. And I'm gonna send Smolder. I'm gonna send Bloodstar a quick text, being like, she's got an earpiece. Hack it. Track it.
Okay. I love that. Oh, shoot. Okay, great. So here we go. So basically, Nullify, you go there and quietly, like, send him, like, a message, on your stuff. And, okay. Some NPC action here for a moment. Bloodstar kind of, like, tilts his head and goes, that means shit's about to go down. Damn it. Every day is constant warfare.
Is he texting me this, or is he saying this out loud?
I'm gonna say he can like talk quietly enough that like it's like it can come to you as a text, even though he has his mask, so it's like muffling it, kind of that vibe.
And then there's probably I'm on the bathroom, but I'm on this point with my pants pulled down. It is constant warfare in here.
He's like, and I'm worried this girl's a pawn and she's about to be sacrificed.
Well, I'm trying to make a gambit of my own.
Gambit of my own. All right, great. But Bloodstar will. So basically, as in Doomclaws, you're still talking to her. Maybe some of the others are. Bloodstar is like kind of like quietly like. Kind of Smolder Baby gives him a look, but like can tell that he's up to something on mission. So she's just kind of like trying to like. Whatever, reposition Sheen atmosphere, and kind of Bloodstar at the back, kind of like head quaking, Drum Major and sort of their awkward sort of thing up there. Victoria's there, Doomclaw's probably just talking to this, kind of the girl a little more as she's sort of saying stuff and kind of this. Nullify, go ahead.
I wanna come out of the bathroom.
Okay.
Pants are up, don't worry.
Well, yeah. Okay.
I didn't flush. There are what's the most unlikely angle that she could get shot at from in here? I want to put myself in that like line.
Understood. Of where she is. Great. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. So when she gets shot, I stop the bullet.
He goes into the line of where she'd be most likely.
If I were Scope.
Yeah. If you were Scope, where would you do it? I think let's go ahead and that's definitely this will be it's tactics and firearms either way. It's villainous SOP, so you're going to get the thing. And I think because you're putting yourself on the line, I'm going to let it be daring.
Okay.
So daring tactics.
We have momentum.
You want to spend momentum?
Spend one.
Spend one, okay.
All right, well, I got 1 3, so that's 2, and a 7, and a 15, so that's 4 successes total.
Okay. You can bank all 3, or you can spend all 3, or bank some, spend some now.
I mean, do we have an idea of how many I'll need to, like...
I think that it'll be a pretty, like... You might want to at least spend 2 so that you
I'll use them all. I'll use them all.
Just use them all now. Okay,
I'm using daring, I'm using them all.
Nullify's like, if I was gonna shoot her, Nullify's like, of course. I wouldn't be high, not with scopes. I'd be low. So it's like rather than like looking for a thing like that, you're gonna position yourself so like somebody like in a basement, you know, out of a thing. Yeah.
I'm like looking at a radiator next to her.
Sure, yeah. I'm gonna say you absolutely know where scope would be. 100%. Meanwhile, Bloodstar finishes a sort of hack, and Nullify is going to put it in your ear and in Smolder's ear. Nobody else, though, because they'll just be too confused by it. But you sort of don't hear anything for a moment, but then you hear this metallic voice say, "Tell them that you are very nervous, but you just don't know anything." And she begins to say that after a moment. And then he says, "Good. Stay right there. Eeny, meeny, miny." Pierce, roll a d10 for me.
Six.
That's a bummer. And Nullify, you hear he says, the voice, which you are sure is Scope, says, "Mo." And then there is a shot that rings out. Now, Nullify, your positioning was to intercept a bullet if it's coming to the girl, and you've kind of been slightly moving. And I'm going to say that with your situational awareness, just as like a focus you already have, you don't feel a bullet coming at you.
I mean, if I don't know if it's not coming at her, I can't accurately assess where it might be coming from for any of the people in this room at this moment.
No.
Is there?
Cop?
I was gonna say, is there any way that I would have heard the shot?
I think you could have heard the shot, sure.
I would just like to sort of maybe then. It's such a bad idea. I'm instinctively going to try to just grab her in a bear hug to just sort of
understood. Okay.
shield her with my body.
Go ahead. So you're gonna shield Queenie Quinn. I'll say that would be brawn and melee. You don't get to use any of your things on top of brawn and melee. Do you want to spend a thing? You want to spend any momentum?
We've got 3 banked right now.
3 banked.
I'll take one of them.
All right.
So brawn and melee. So it is 3 successes, barely.
3 successes. All right. How many do you want to use? How many do you want to bank?
I'll bank 1. I'll use 2.
Cool. So you bank. You kind of do this. You do manage to grab the girl, go down. I will also say that Bloodstar and Smolder Baby are both sort of like are taking positions on the word Mo. Nullify, you're also like kind of like, I'm sure you're like instinctively beginning to absorb, but sort of nothing's kind of in your immediate, because your range is only touch, unfortunately. A bullet, however, sort of rips up through the floor, just as you expected, just not aimed where you expected. And the bullet goes right into the head of Drum Major.
What?
As he's shot. And then a voice says in the ears of Nullify, Bloodstar, and Smolder Baby, "Hello, Fireflight. Tag, you're it." And that's where we'll end this issue.
Oh, that's so good. That's the ultimate. It's the ultimate headquake there.
Yeah.
Oh.
Rest in peace, Drum Major. We hardly knew ye.
I don't know how you do what's the opposite of a rim shot? How do you
So
A big kick.
that's how that will end. Now, I will of course say that he just got, that may not be the end of Drum Major because of comic book, whatever stuff. But he's definitely very down and very injured. And Scope has just sort of thrown a thing at you.
Yeah.
And Queenie does scream as you grab her Doomclaw.
Of course she does. Oily monster bear.
And since you did it at the sound of the shot, you're probably grabbing her after like Drum Major's already fought. Like the others were, there was a far from, but that is the end of the tag. You're it. Oof. Dang.
It's good. It's good.
And I really like the idea of, as that happens, she wouldn't say this in this situation, but in a funny thing, then Headquake would go, "Oh my god, stop trying to get so much attention from me. You're obsessed with me, Drum Major." Well, very good. Okay.
What?
Yeah.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
No. Instead, it's just a shocking end of thing, as it looks like Drum Major's been killed. He may be dead. Also, I haven't. I'll roll on that stuff later. But yeah, well, very good, guys. Well, thank you for that. I appreciate you guys being here shorthanded and still, I think we had some fun. And I know you guys like these characters. There's some fun ones.
fun.
So this is a good
I'm having a good time.
one to be able to jump into. Nullify is something else. Nullify says some very good things. I think it's I've talked about this in very other contexts. Sometimes, despite what one thinks about like what like makes good drama or like good sometimes having two similar characters together is a really good idea. Sometimes what you want to do is give a person like themselves who they can really interact so they can just double down.
Got peas in a pod, baby.
Exactly.
I mean, they made 3 Expendables movies.
Every one of us is expendable. That was in the trailer. I think I might have seen on Expendable movie.
Did they do a 4th one?
They did a 4th one with Megan Fox, yes. So they've done 4
What?
Expendable movies.
I have not seen that.
Yeah, Megan Fox is in it, which notably, like, I don't know. There is the first sexual content because I think she and Jason Statham have like a romance plot. Not that there's any like real sex going on in that movie.
Statham.
But
oh, that's right. Jason Statham's in those.
Everyone is in that movie. Anyone who has ever fired a gun in a movie is in those movies now.
Wow.
All right, love. I don't think you know this, but we're all expendable.
Hey, every single one of us is expendable. That's in
Yeah,
the bloody
oh my
song at the
God.
top of it.
Yeah. You better be careful, because one of us is going to get got.
I remember in one of the trailers, there's some joke where someone like shoots near him and he's tapping his head like, "This means don't," whatever. I was like, all right, I guess this is funny. Well, thank you all for watching. This was a lot of fun. We have some other games soon. On Friday, we have chapter 143 of Blood from a Stone. It's going to be a very big one, so I'm really excited about that. It's a multiple of 13, which means my 13s count. Although in this system, that's a little harder, so it'll just be my D13s. But I'll take what I can get. So join us for that. On Sunday, we are back with Here Be Dragons, where our dragons are
Big
going
one.
to
Yeah.
do what?
I just forgot we have a big one on Friday.
It's Dan. You don't even know.
It's a fucking big one.
It's a big one. Saturday is Star Wars Day. That is correct.
I've taken shit that are smaller than that one.
Okay. Yeah. So you're not still Nullify. Got it. So yeah, on Sunday we're back with Here Be Dragons, as our dragons will probably proceed to. I don't know. They've talked everywhere. So they'll probably go somewhere here, whether it's on an expedition or to another world that is their destroyed pretend home. We'll have some options. And then on Monday, we're back with the Dreamlands. Currently, the main vote, I have to say, I am so the current vote winner of Dreamlands right now, as I kind of was on, I knew it would be because it was TVU. Sure. I feel like Versus and TVU are always going to be like high in the mix of what will
pretty strong
get votes. So I was like, it's going to be a game show. And when I was trying to think of stupid names for a game show, and A Fool and Quiz Money is what I came up with, Dan. And I am so happy with it because it's so stupid.
Hey, how do you separate A Fool and Quiz Money?
A Fool and Quiz Money soon go separate ways. And stay tuned for Beat the Planes. Yeah, exactly. So, anyway. So that's A Fool and Quiz Money. That'll be a fun one if it wins. Right now, it's looking like it will, but there could always be a surge for In the Glow of the Poison Shadow. So who knows? So join us for that. 1 week from tonight, we will be back with this, even if it's just these two, and we follow up with more Fireflight and see what happens to poor Drum Major. So yeah. So fun stuff. So thanks for watching here. Go to our YouTube to watch old episodes, our Discord to interact with us. Go to our the wiki to see all these games interact. Also, I will just mention again, thank you all for all your support over the many years, because yes, this is our third affiliate anniversary. So we've been an affiliate for 3 whole years doing this. And Topflight, at the time of this, Topflight was our only game.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba, I'm affiliate.
Affiliated in it. Very good.
Hey, now for that. It's going to get muted, right?
Nah, it's fine. Gentlemen, do you want to plug anything?
Please, Dan.
Oh, man. What do I want to plug? I don't got anything right now.
Fair enough. Pierce?
I fully blew my load as Nullify. And just
your mother load?
My mother load, yeah. I thought mother load was going to be in this issue.
She's mother load in disguise.
What I was gonna do is say whichever one voted on would be the prologue, not the issue. But then I was like, that's silly. I'll just have whatever wins be the villain of this. But I will say, with this one on your tail, the last thing you can handle is mother load, making things Russian dense soon. I will make you denser than Dostoevsky! Mother load. It is a play on Mother Russia, also on Mother Load of miners. Miners who dig deep into Mother's bosom to bring out ore that we use, but dense ore that I can condense even more. They dig up coal, I make diamonds. Mother Load. I have to explain to people that I am not a mother. It could have been Father Load, but then they said that had other implications, so I am Mother Load.
Sure, it's not the same implications, but sure.
Well, sort of, complicated things. Maybe I should change the name entirely. Russia Load! That's me.
Doesn't have quite the same ring to it.
No, it really doesn't.
Red Load.
Ooh, you should get that looked at.
Oh, I have my load is perfectly red. No, not a problem. Okay, fine.
I will,
now I'm sad we didn't meet him tonight.
It's a very different encounter, right? Scope seems like legitimately terrifying, and Motherload feels like it will be someone that we will just have a lot of back and forth banter with, rather than fight.
You will fight, but first you help me pick new costume.
You kidnapped us to help him, glow
Workshop. Up. Focus group, you are my captive focus group. Currently my icon is a strong woman holding a baby in one hand and ore in the other to show she is Mother of Load.
Oh, yeah, Whew.
There is a pickaxe on floor to represent the proletariat. Except now we're not that anymore, so the pickaxe represents capital. Yeah, capitalism. I like it now, yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'll just Manzukis here real quick. Sort of an obvious one, I think, but this movie is 23 years old.
Ruh-roh.
So maybe not a lot of people have seen it now, but I will recommend Enemy at the Gates tonight, which is a fantastic movie about 2 snipers.
That's interesting because that's both Russian and snipers.
Yeah, there you go.
So it's like, it applies to both.
I hit all the bases tonight, yeah. But it's an excellent movie. And I think, I think it was like a pretty big hit at the time. I don't think it was like a massive hit, but I think it did
No,
all
I
right.
think it did pretty well.
But again, the movie's 23 years old apparently, so
Rachel
why not
Weisz and Jude Law, and who plays the Russian sniper?
I forget.
Or is it like an unseen person?
I don't know, but I need to watch that movie.
It's very good.
Because of Rachel
Yeah.
Weisz.
Not just because it's cool.
I will say Enemy at the Gates is a cool movie because I remember like seeing that in theaters. I think that's one of the only movies I've seen that is it's like a sniper versus sniper movie.
Yeah.
And that stuff is very good.
This movie's ridiculous. Jude Law, Ed Harris, Joe Fiennes, Rachel Weisz, Bob Hoskins, Ron Perlman.
Bob Hoskins? Fuck yeah.
I think Ed Harris is the
Bob Hoskins plays Nikita Khrushchev.
Ed Harris is the Russian.
Yeah.
Is Koenig. Yeah. That's good. It's good. Well, very good. Well, thank you, gentlemen, for being here tonight. Thank you, everyone, for watching. It is much appreciated. We will see you on Friday if you watch all the shows, or on next Wednesday if you just watch this one. Until then. Oh, I know what I'll say. I'm going to mix it up because of what this was. Guys, until next time, have a fire night.
Ooh.
Angst. Stop flirting with me.